Hello everybody, I, Dr. Mrs. Manju Kohli, with my very first chapter on sentences for the channel Excel in English. It is rightly said that to speak a better English, one should frame very correct, very meaningful sentences. So I've taken up this topic to teach you to frame, to construct very clear, very meaningful sentences. So I start my chapter. First and foremost, let me define what is a sentence or what are sentences. Group of words arranged systematically with a clear meaning and clear sense are called sentences. I have used the word arranged systematically. For this, the first given formula is S plus V plus O, where S stands for subject, V stands for verb, and O stands for object. I can very well clear this with a given example. Mohit plays chess, where Mohit is a subject, plays is a verb, and chess is an object. Now question arises, what do we mean by a subject? What is a verb and what is an object? So I am taking up each part of a sentence. I'll be defining it, and then what are the main features of all the given part of a subject. So I start with the second part, the essential features of a sentence. While framing a sentence, there are certain features which we have to keep in our mind, and very systematically we have to follow it also. Number one, a sentence should have a complete sense. I mango ate cannot be called as a sentence. But the moment I said I ate mango, it gives a complete sense. So I have followed this formula, subject I, ate is a verb, mango is an object. Okay, so we have to follow it. Whenever we frame a sentence, we have to remember that it should give us a complete sense. Okay, second point, it always begins with a capital letter. A sentence always begins with a capital letter that you all have to remember. Third part, it has a subject and a predicate. Now here a confusion arises that I've given a formula like subject plus verb plus object, and then I'm saying subject and a predicate. That the sentence is composed of only two parts, subject and predicate. Actually predicate includes verb and words also. So if I make this sentence, if I have to convert this sentence, I'll make it. This is again a subject and this will constitute the predicate. So remember this, I made it very clear to you that a sentence is composed of only two parts, subject and predicate. It has a verb which is clearly seen here. Now it ends up either with a full stop, we have to very carefully take it. It always ends with either a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark. I can clearly explain you with the help of sentences. Like for example, I teach English. It carries a full stop. Okay, what are you doing? Carries a question mark. And wow, she's so beautiful. So it carries an exclamation mark. But all the three sentences are complete and it is giving us a complete sense. Third part which we are taking is parts of sentences. Every sentence has basically two parts. Number one is subject, which I have shown in the given example also. Subject. It is the first part of a subject. I am defining the word subject. What is a subject? A subject is the first part of a sentence that tells what a sentence is about. Is called as a subject. It is always, second point, it is always a noun or a pronoun or group of words that does the work of a noun. I repeat once again, please take it, please note it. Parts of a sentence. The sentence has basically two parts, subject and predicate. I'm taking up the first part, I'm defining what is a subject. The subject is the first part of a sentence that tells what a sentence is about. Mohit plays chess. Who plays chess? Mohit. Here, what is the subject? Mohit is a subject. Now, it is always a noun or a pronoun or group of words that does the work of a noun. Mohit, name of a person, is called as a noun. What a noun? Noun is the name of a person, place, animal, things, ideas and belief. And here we have taken a person, a student named Mohit, so he is a noun. What are pronouns? The words which are used in place of nouns. Like suppose I use it, he plays chess. He is a pronoun. And he will be a subject also. I hope so. It is very clear to you now. Example, Rama reads a book. Rama here is a subject. Reads a book is a predicate. If suppose I have to divide it in subject, verb, object, I'll make it. Rama is subject. Book is a verb. Reads is a verb. And a book is an object. Second example. The old palace is considered haunted. Now here the old palace. Group of words. But again, noun is the name of person, place, and old palace. What is considered haunted? The old palace. So old palace subject. Is this a verb? Considered haunted is an object. And is considered haunted is a predicate. I'm making it very clear to you how it goes up. Once again, this is Rama is a subject. And this reads a book is a predicate. Take it here. The old palace is a subject. And is considered haunted is called as the predicate. Same we come to the third example. All the boys are in the garden. All the boys is the subject. And are in the garden is the predicate. So, first part of a sentence is very clear to everybody, I hope so. Now, moving to the second part of a sentence, that is the predicate. Predicate, now it's very clear to you. The above examples also you can see. Another thing will be very clear to you. It is the second part of the sentence which tells us about the subject. Now, how? What is Rama doing? What is Rama doing? Rama is reading a book. So, it's very clear. First part is called as the subject. And the second part of this sentence is called as a predicate. The very important word being in the predicate is a verb. That we have to remember very carefully. Now once again, in these given examples, I'll explain you how it goes. Number one example, Sita. Sita is the subject. We know works is a verb. How she's performing work? Very meticulously. What do you mean by meticulously? Very systematically, very carefully, very attentively. If anybody performs the work, it is called as he or she performs the work meticulously. So, works meticulously. This becomes the predicate. Take up the second sentence. The sun rises in the east. So we take up the sun is the subject. Rises in the east becomes the predicate. Okay. Then Muskan got first rank in the annual examination. That is the third sentence. Here, Muskan is the subject. Got is the verb. First rank in the annual examination, that is the object. But as I make it very clearly, The predicate has a verb in it. So it will begin from here. Got first rank in the annual examination. Then this becomes the predicate. Okay? Now I'm taking this third part where I've mentioned it as an object. Object when the verb in the predicate is a transitive verb. Is a transitive verb. It requires an object. Remember once again, I'm making it clear how does an object act now. Now in this, if the verb in the predicate is a transitive verb, transitive verbs are those verbs which always takes a word for the completion of a sentence. So your example is, I sing a song. It gives you a complete sense. Similarly, second sentence, she throws a ball. I'll explain you. I is a subject. Sing is a verb. It is incomplete. The moment we added a song, it becomes complete. She throws. What is she throwing? And it always carries a question. With the help of question, you can get the answers also. I sing a song. What I do, I sing a song. What she throws a ball. So, object when the transitive verbs are there, a question what can be asked? It gives an answer to the question what, and transitive verbs, it requires an object for the completion. Once again, I take up the object once again. It was not clear, I think so I'll be repeating it. I'll be explaining you once again. When the verb and the predicate is transitive verb, it requires an object to complete its sense. It can be very well proved by the given example. I sing. I added a song. So this is an object added, and this gives a complete meaning, a complete sense to the given sentence. There are basically two types of an object which are added to the sentence, can be direct and indirect. It can be proved in this given sentence. Again, I'm explaining it. The teacher distributed chocolates to the students. The teacher is a subject. Distributed is a verb. The teacher is the subject. Verb distributed. What did the teacher distribute? She distributed chocolates. This is a direct object. And to whom she distributed? She distributed chocolates to the students. So this is an indirect object. So now I hope so it is clear to you that it carries two objects also. Now see, last part. It is regarding a complement. Last part, I'm explaining the parts of a sentence. So, complement. When the verb and the predicate is in the transitive verb, it requires an additional word or words to give a complete meaning. And the word or the words which are added in the predicate are called as complement. It can be easily proved with a given example. The students were alert. And the second sentence which I have penned down here, the manager seems tired. Now, the student subject were alert is the complement. Complement to whom? To the students. That the students are or the students were alert. Now, the manager is the subject and he seems tired. Now with this, we are not going to add any word because it is a complete and it is complementary to the subject. Now in the second video, I'll be taking up the parts of types of sentences. Now in the second video, I'll be taking the second part of the sentences, that is the types of sentences. Types of sentences will be the second part of this video, where I'll be explaining you how many types of sentences are there. Any doubts, any queries, BRTs, to mail me the given mail ID. I'll be clearing you all the queries, all the doubts. Thank you.